Hello and welcome everybody to my channel Omni Bio Entrance, and today we will be discussing University of Hyderabad MSc Entrance Examination conducted for the subject Animal Biotechnology in the year 2015. I will be discussing only the biology part. They have asked some questions from chemistry also. So coming to the first question, osculum is related to. Now a large aperture in sponge through which water is expelled, that is called as the osculum. So it is related to sponge. Answer is option D. Then polymorphous organelle of a eukaryotic cell is, it is lysosome. Why? Because lysosomes are polymorphic as they are present in more than one form inside the cell. There are 4 types of lysosome present in the cell. That is primary lysosome, that is they are newly formed lysosomes and contain enzymes synthesized in the rough endoplasmic reticulum. Then you have got the secondary lysosome formed by the fusion of primary lysosome with the phagosomes. And autophagosomes, they are formed by digestion of intracellular organelles, that is autophagy. Then there is the residual body that contain undigested material and are rejected out of the cell by exocytosis. So lysosomes are polymorphous organelles of the eukaryotic cell. Decreased level of dash causes vitamin K deficiency. So decreased level of prothrombin causes vitamin K deficiency. Which one of the following virus is highly hemorrhagic? So Ebola is highly hemorrhagic. Answer is option B. Osmoregulation in amoeba is under the control of. So osmoregulation is in amoeba is under the control of the contractile vacuole. Answer is option C. Wax is a simple lipid which is an ester of long chain alcohol and fatty acid. So as per the option, it is a long chain alcohol. Answer is option B. Then rhythmicity of the heart is due to. So cardiac rhythmicity is the spontaneous depolarization and repolarization event that occurs in a repetitive and stable manner within the cardiac muscle. So the cardiac rhythmicity is due to SA node. Answer is option D. Which one of the classes of IgGs does not cross the placenta? So we know that IgG cross the placenta, but which class does not cross the placenta? So it is IgG2 that does not cross the placenta. Then which one of the hormone is the smallest peptide? So TRH, the smallest natural peptide, a thyrotropin releasing hormone. It contains only 3 amino acids. So TRH or thyrotropin releasing hormone is the smallest peptide hormone. Then paracrine factors important for commissural and retinal axon migration. They have asked paracrine factors important for commissural and retinal axon migration. So when proteins are synthesized by one cell, can diffuse over small distance to induce changes in the neighboring cell. The event is called as paracrine interaction, and the diffusible proteins are called as paracrine factors or growth and differentiation factors. So they have asked for paracrine factors important for commissural and retinal axon migration. They are neurotrophins. Answer is option D. Then which one of the following is a hemoflagellate parasite? So it is trypanosoma, that is a hemoflagellate parasite. Thermogenesis is not associated with. Okay, so what is diapause? Diapause is defined as a state of dormancy in growth and development in response to changes or alteration in the environmental condition. So during the process of diapause, there is reduced activity including reduced feeding and reproductive development. And it is mostly seen in insects such as arthropods. And thermogenesis is defined as the dissipation of energy through the production of heat and occurs in specialized tissues including brown adipose tissue and skeletal muscles. So the answer is option B, diapause. So thermogenesis is not associated with diapause, whereas it is associated with brown fat, ectotherms and endotherms. Then, in Embeden-Meyerhof pathway, 2-phosphoglyceric acid is converted into phosphoenol pyruvic acid in the presence of the enzyme. So that is the enzyme enolase, enzyme involved in glycolytic pathway or glycolysis. Then, which one of the following will show maximal absorption at 260 nanometers? So, double-stranded DNA heated to 90 degrees Celsius will show maximal absorption at 260 nanometers. Because the double-stranded DNA, it will unwind to form single-stranded DNA and the bases become unstacked and they can absorb more light. The next one, in which animal heart is not ventral in position? So it is in the case of crab. Answer is option C. Then an extra embryonic membrane essential for gaseous exchange during development of amniote embryo. It is the chorion. Answer is option C. Which one of the following substance is normally present in the urine of a healthy person? So in the urine of a healthy person you will find which is not normally present in the urine of a healthy person is glucose. Glucose is not found in the urine of a normal healthy person. Then if there is a single pair of alleles that determine the number of toes for an animal and homozygous dominant individuals have 8 heterozygous and 7 homozygous recessive ones have 6, the inheritance pattern would be, it would be intermediate expression of a trait. So answer is option B. Then which one of the following is not a second messenger? So phospholipase C is not a second messenger whereas the other 3 are second messengers. The peppered moth have occurred as a result of, so it is due to natural selection. Answer is option A. During southern blotting procedure, DNA probe is normally heated at 65 degrees Celsius for 5 minutes prior to the addition of hybridization mix. This is to allow DNA to recognize complementary sequence. So during southern hybridization procedure, DNA probe is heated at 65 degrees Celsius for 5 minutes prior to addition of hybridization mix. This is for allowing the DNA to recognize complementary sequences so that the probe can go and bind there. Then pigmented layer which prevents scattering of the light rays in eye is, it is the choroid. Answer is option B. In mitochondrial genomes, dash is a stop codon. So AGA is a stop codon in mitochondrial genome. So answer is option C. So coming to the first question, which one of the following endocrine gland hormones regulate protein, fat and carbohydrate metabolism? So thyroxine is the hormone that regulates carbohydrate, protein and fat metabolism in the body, and it is a hormone secreted by the thyroid gland. But this is not given in the options, it might be a printing mistake. Then next one. In an E. coli mutant, if an E. coli mutant expresses an altered non-functional LAC-I repressor molecule, there will be. So it is an altered LAC-I repressor molecule, so it will not bind to the operator, and RNA polymerase will be able to bind to the promoter and there will be expression of beta galactosidase. So constitutive expression of beta galactosidase will be the answer. So answer is option A. When corpus luteum degenerates, when corpus luteum, okay, I missed one question in between. Okay, corals are formed by, so corals are formed by coelentrates. When corpus luteum degenerates, then circulating level of estrogen and progesterone rapidly declines. So answer is option A. Then next one. Length of the following decreases during muscle contraction. So sarcomere decreases during muscle contraction. The length of sarcomere decreases during muscle contraction. Pearl mother layer it is called nacre. So nacre, also known as mother of pearl, it is an organic or inorganic composite material produced by some mollusks as an inner shell layer. It is also the material in which pearls are composed. Then the end product of protein metabolism is, the end product of protein catabolism in animals is ammonia, and this compound may be excreted as ammonia itself in the form of urea or uric acid depending on the animal. So end product of protein metabolism is ammonia. Answer is option B. Telomeres are rich in, they are rich in guanine. Answer is option, telomeres are found at the end of chromosomes. Then which one is the best suitable definition for a niche? It is a behavior of a species in a specific environmental condition. So that is the best suitable definition for a niche. Behavior of a species in a specific environmental condition. Then next one. Lock and key hypothesis of enzyme was given by, it was given by Emil Fischer. Answer is option B. Developmental changes that occur when different parts of an organism grow at different rate is known as. So the answer is allometry. That occur when different parts of an organism grow at different rates. So allometry, the growth of body parts at different rates resulting in change of body proportions. What is heterometry? It is a mechanism for generating changes in developmental outcomes that depends on the amount of expression of certain gene and hence on the amount of the protein they encode. That is called as heterometry. Then heterochrony may be defined as change to the timing or rate of development relative to the ancestor. And heterotyphy is changes in the development outcome arising from mutations in key regulatory molecules that control embryonic pattern formation and tissue specification. Such changes can lead to dramatic changes in form during evolution. So our answer is allometry. Then, which one of the following radiation have maximum wavelength? So it is for the radio waves. Answer is option B. Then a symbiotic relationship that is beneficial to one partner and neither beneficial nor harmful to the other partner. It is called as commensalism. So mutualism is symbiosis in which both the partners are benefited. Pleiotropism is the condition in which one single gene controls more than one phenotypic effect that is completely unrelated. And polyphenism is the phenomenon where two or more distinct phenotypes are produced by the same genotype. Then which one of the following reactions is read during DNA replication by DNA polymerase 3? It is the 3' 5' exonuclease activity, or it is also known as proofreading activity. So 3' 5' exonuclease activity is the answer. The roundworm Ascaris is a free-living parasite, and option B. So coming to the next question, beta oxidation happens in. So the mitochondria in which only beta oxidation occurs. Then there is peroxisomes where alpha and beta oxidation occurs, and there is omega oxidation which occurs in the endoplasmic reticulum. So here they have asked only for beta oxidation and it takes place in mitochondria and peroxisome. Now which term refers to the total set of genes possessed by an organism? The answer is genome and it is not given in the options, maybe a printing mistake. So A gene pool is the total genetic diversity found within a population or a species. And genome is the complete set of genes in an organism, and allele is a variant form of a gene. And genes and genotype everybody knows. After studying genetics you will come to know what is gene, genotype and all. That you have already done in your BSc classes. So I am not going into details with those two explanations. Then next one. In allergic reaction, mast cells get activated upon binding to. So upon binding to IgE, the mast cell get activated. Which one of the following is true for action potential? So it serves as a long distance signal. That is true for action potential. Does not spread through membrane, that is also not true. Then spread through the membrane in a diminishing fashion, that is also not true. So serves as a long distance signal is true for action potential. Then tryptophan can be best identified by, it can be best identified by NMR. Answer is option C. Then if the father's genotype is AB and mother's is AO, what is the probability of the child, probability that they will have a child with the phenotype A blood group? So father's genotype is AB and mother is AO, and these are the gametes formed after meiosis. So A, B, capital A, O. So upon crossing you will get capital A, capital A, capital A, O, AB and BO. So there is 50% chance that the child will have a phenotype of A blood group. So answer is option D, 50%. Now next one. Which of the following provides direct input to alpha motor neurons? So it is the brain stem that provides direct input to alpha motor neuron. The next one. Antiviral substance produced by many vertebrates in response to viral infection is? It is the interferon. Answer is option B. The basis for Darwin theory of origin of species was? It was natural selection. Option B. Okazaki fragments are related to? So they are related to replication. Answer is option B. Which one of the following is not used for as a viral vector? So out of this, papilloma virus is not used as a viral vector in cloning experiments, whereas lentivirus, vaccinia virus, baculovirus are all used. Then glycoprotein coat around a mammalian egg is? It is zona pellucida. Answer is option C. Then next one. How many different types of gametes will be produced by an individual having arbitrary genotype of? They have given a genotype there in the question and they have asked for the number of different gametes that will be produced by the individual. So if you count the number of heterozygotes in that particular given genotype, then you can use the formula 2 raised to n, where n is the number of heterozygotes in the given genotype. So 2 raised to 2, here there are 2 heterozygotes, that is D, capital D, capital E, small e and capital F, small f. So 2 raised to 3, that will be 8. So the answer is option C, 2 into 2 into 2. So 2 2s are 4 2s are 8. So answer is option C. When using E. coli as the expression host for expressing mammalian proteins, cDNA is used instead of genomic DNA. The reason for this is? So the answer is option C. The intronic sequence in mammalian DNA cannot be removed by bacteria. So while using bacteria for expressing mammalian proteins, because mammalian proteins have got introns, whereas E. coli DNA doesn't have introns. And mammalian proteins, only after removal of introns you will get the correct protein sequence. So cDNA is used instead of genomic DNA if you want to express in E. coli. Because why? Because Bacteria cannot remove intronic sequences which are present in mammalian genomic DNA. In glycolysis, ultimately what happens? Glucose is converted to pyruvic acid. Answer is option C. The smallest virus is, so out of this, the smallest virus is foot and mouth disease virus of cattle. So answer is option C. Then the terminal portion of Drosophila embryo, which includes the brain, it is called as the acron. Answer is option C. A hollow sphere of cells which forms during embryonic development of amphibians is, it is the blastula. Answer is option B. Norepinephrine is norepinephrine is secreted by adrenal medulla. Answer is option B. Which one of the phyla is diploblastic? So Cnidaria is diploblastic. Answer is option D. In Krebs cycle, ATP is released from, so succinyl-CoA to succinate, GTP will be released, which will be later converted into ATP. So answer is option C. Then the first vaccine was developed by, Edward Jenner. Then acetyl cholinesterase. Acetyl cholinesterase is a cholinergic enzyme and it is primarily found at postsynaptic neuromuscular junctions, that is especially in the muscles and nerves, and it immediately breaks down or hydrolyzes to acetylcholine, that is a naturally occurring neurotransmitter, into acetic acid and choline. So what acetyl cholinesterase does is, it will hydrolyze acetylcholine to a naturally occurring neurotransmitter into acetic acid and choline. Then organophosphates and carbamate esters can inhibit acetylcholinesterase by binding covalently to a serine residue in the enzyme's active site. So answer is option B, is inhibited by organophosphates. Then Down syndrome is due to trisomy of the 21st chromosome. Answer is option B. Formation of fat begins in the body when liver and muscles cannot store any more glycogen. So answer is option C. Which one of the following is not directly triggered by exposed collagen in an injured vessel? So initial vascular spasm is not triggered by exposed collagen in an injured vessel. So which term describes the total number of organisms of the same species? So it is, answer is population. So option B is the answer. And community is, it is comprised of different population of several species coexisting in the same area, and habitat, it is the natural home or environment of an animal, plant or any other organism. Now coenzyme is, it is a vitamin that acts with an enzyme. So answer is option C. Then which one of the following is not a cartilaginous fish? So carps are not a cartilaginous fish. Answer is option D. Organs which perform various functions but are derived from common ancestral structure are known as homologous organs, whereas analogous organs are organs of different animals that are having different structure but perform the same function, and they are not derived from a common ancestor. Then orthologous groups are defined as sets of genes that have descended from a single common ancestor ancestor within a taxonomic range of interest. They are called as orthologous group, and paralogs are gene copies created by a duplication event within the same genome. The next one, movement of substance against their concentration gradient in the living system is called, it is called as active transport. Answer is option D. The next one, if in a certain cactus prickly spines can be two-pronged or one-pronged, If a true breeding one-pronged cactus is crossed with a true breeding two-pronged cactus, the F1 generation has a mixture of spines. Some are two-pronged and some are one-pronged. This is an example of codominance. In codominance, both the alleles in the genotype are seen in the phenotype. So here both the phenotypes, that is one-pronged and two-pronged condition, are seen in the F1 generation organism. So this is an example of codominance. Then maintenance of biodiversity is a prerequisite for ecological stability. And cholesterol is a derived lipid. Answer is option A, 100. So that's it. Thank you for watching my channel. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.